Hello, future engineers and subscribers. There is another problem in statics about uh, equilibrium of a particle. I hope that your skills and analytical thinking skills in statics will be enhanced. Thereby, I will be an instrument of your improvement as an engineering student. And I hope that I will be contributing something for you to become better engineering students needed for you in your work in the future. So here is the problem. Again, this problem is taken from the book by Hibbeler. Two smooth tubes A and B, each having the same weight of W, are suspended from a common point O by means of equal length cords. So these are the cords of equal length, 3R, but to the center of each identical tubes, it's 4R all in all because the radius of these identical tubes is given R. A third tube C, which is this, is placed between A and B. So determine the greatest weight of C without upsetting equilibrium. So this is C and the radius is R. So the analysis here is when the equilibrium is about to be disturbed by the presence of this C here, there will be no reaction here, or the reaction is gentle that it can be neglected. So of course, you have to think that when equilibrium is about to be disturbed, C will about to pass through here. So it's about that that situation will be the situation where these two will lose contact. These two identical tubes will lose contact. So that's the analysis, and that is very important in this problem to the success of this problem, analysis of this problem. So let's draw the free body diagram of this lower part, and we have to apply the weights of each identical tubes A and B as W as shown. Then weight of C, of course, which will cause reaction internal between these these tubes here. I'll call the internal reaction as R, but because they are internal reactions, then the force representing them or forces representing them would be uh, supposedly compression. So up and down as shown. So if we consider the FBD above, then R would be up through C, up to the right through C, and this is up to the left through C. They are equal by symmetry, of course. Then, of course, the angle that each R makes with the vertical is also shown. I'll call that theta 1. Then, for this part, the angle is, I'll call that theta for the calculation. So for the FBD of WC, we have WC going down and these two reactions internal R and R upward. So that means summation forces vertical equals 0. So the vertical component of R is R cosine of theta 1. Then we multiply it by 2 because we have two internal reactions. Then we equate it to W sub C. So 2 times R cosine theta 1 equals WC. From the figure, cosine theta 1 is this vertical height here divided by distance between the centers A and C. And that distance is simply R plus R over 2, so 1.5 R. And since this is R, this vertical distance is square root of 1.5 R quantity square minus R square, then divided by 1.5 R. So 2 times big R times quantity square root of 1.5 R square minus R square over 1.5 R equals WC. So we can easily simplify this and express the reaction, internal reaction R in terms of W sub C, and it is equal to 2R squared of 5 over 3 equals W sub C. So that means cosine of theta 1 is square root of 5 over 3. So we have to take note of this because we use cosine theta 1 again in our succeeding solution. Then we consider the FBD of this left lower tube. Then summation forces horizontal, of course, the effect of R will cause the tension in these two chords here, and I'll call them T. So expressing R in terms of WC, it is equal to 3 square root of 5 WC over 10. Then let's consider the FBD of these lower tubes. And let's just consider the left tube. The tension is T, and the angle that T makes with the vertical is, take note, theta here. And we have R going down to the left and the weight W. So from the figure, sine of theta equals opposite, which is small r divided by hypotenuse, which is 3r plus r, so 4r. Sine theta is r over 4r, so it is 1/4. Cosine theta, therefore, is equal to this vertical distance divided by 4r, and the vertical distance is square root of quantity 4r square minus r square. So that means square root of 15 r square, or r squared of 15 divided by 4r. So it is square root of 15 over 4. So cosine theta is square root of 15 over 4 as explained here. So for the lower tube, the equation first is summation forces horizontal equals 0 to express T in terms of R and in turn in terms of WC. Then the last equation would be summation forces vertical. So horizontal component of T is T sine theta, and sine theta is 1/4. So T sine theta then equals the horizontal component of R, which is now down to the left, is R sine theta 1. So R sine theta 1. So T times 1/4, R is equal to this. Then sine theta 1 is R, small r, divided by 1.5 r from this imaginary right triangle here. Opposite is small r, then hypotenuse is 1.5 r. So T times 1/4 equals quantity 3 square root of 5 WC over 10 times quantity R over 1.5 R. Simplifying, T is equal to 4 square root of 5 over 5 W sub C. Then finally, summation forces vertical equals 0. T cosine of theta, the vertical component of T is T cosine theta. Then it is equal to W plus the vertical component of R, big R, is big R cosine theta 1. So T cosine theta equals W plus R cosine theta 1. And cosine theta is square root of 15 over 4. T is equal to this. And cosine theta 1, as mentioned earlier, is square root of 5 over 3. And this is big R in terms of WC. So quantity 4 square root of 5 over 5 WC times 1/4 equals W plus quantity 3 square root of 5 WC over 10 times square root of 5 over 3 cosine theta 1. Simplifying this, that's square root of 3 WC, and the right side W plus W over WC over 2. So finally, we can now solve WC, which is equal to W divided by quantity square root of 3 minus 1/2. So W in decimal for significant figures is 0.8117 W. So that's it for this video.